Caccioppoli here. Look, I'm not here to be Donald Trump's lawyer. Obviously, I'm Make America Think Again, Jill Stein. I just finished watching the second debate, and Donald Trump brought up Bill Clinton's infidelities because Hillary Clinton, for the last week, has brought up Donald Trump's remarks. Now, that audio of him 11 years ago, the DNC, Hillary's had that since day one. But they said to their friends in the media, release this when we tell you to. We'll give you the okay. You can have this ready to go, and then when we tell you to, release it. And, of course, they made it coincide with the day that the WikiLeaks had the her Goldman Sachs transcripts come out. That's a big October surprise, and the Hillary campaign wanted to kind of negate that, so they had this tape come out, which they've had since day one. So they opened that can of worms. Now, why would Hillary Clinton, with Bill's infidelity issues, with Bill's issues with treatment of women, why would they bring up something that has a direct relation to that? And it does have direct relation to that. Now, all these people saying, but Bill's not running, but Bill's not running for president. Bill's not running for president. That's not the fucking point. It's not the point. The point is hypocrisy. Do you see you need consistency? That hypocrisy doesn't work. That when the President of the United States sticks a cigar in someone in an intern's vagina in the Oval Office, and his wife stands by him, and the party stands by him, and they pretend it's a Republican witch hunt, and no one in the party asked him to resign, and they pretend like it's okay, and they defend him then, they've defended him for 20 years over it, you can't bring up the Republican candidate saying something lewd 11 years ago and say that Bill's issues and Hillary's defense of those issues doesn't matter. Of course they matter. It's called hypocrisy. Don't you understand that? Don't you Hillary Jones get this? I know a lot of you personally are smart enough to get this. You gotta get it. You just don't want to get it. Do you understand that Bill Clinton, the sitting president, stuck a cigar in an intern's vagina in the Oval Office, the president who's married? Do you understand that? And that 99.9% of Democrats came to his defense? Maybe 100%. This is recent history. I don't remember one Democrat saying Bill Clinton should resign from office. Republicans said it. I don't remember Democrats saying it. Now, I don't want to say the Republicans are the party of morality all of a sudden, but it seems on this issue they might be, because almost every Republican that I've heard of condemned Trump for his verbal transgressions. What Trump said was horrible, and they all said, you know what, you should quit because of it. But no Democrat said Bill should resign for his physical transgression. Not verbal. Physical is worse than verbal. Would you agree with that physical assault is worse than verbal? Yes, it is. So this is the hypocrisy. And the Democrats and Hillary Clinton opened this can of worms. They didn't have to. So we ask, why would they open the can of worms? If she's so great, and she's winning so easily, and the election's only 4 weeks away, why would they open this can of worms? Well, one is desperation because she's not winning. That's a very big possibility. Two is the Goldman Sachs thing. They felt could really hurt her, and it should, and hopefully it will. Or maybe it's just arrogance that, we can do this, and who cares what happened with Bill? We don't care because we're above it all. And we'll pretend that was then and this is now. And Hillary will say, you know what, well, we're the Clintons, we can do whatever we want, so we're going to have some arrogance about this. We don't care. Maybe it's not even in their heads because they're so arrogant they're not even thinking about that. But they opened this can of worms. They did it themselves. Once again, I can take a poll as to why they did it, but they did it. So now Trump has every right to come at them over it. Trump has every right to say, wait a minute, Hillary, you stood by your man. You stood by the president when he assaulted people in the White House, women. You stood by that. You didn't condemn him. Democratic Party, you didn't condemn him and say he should resign. That's disgusting. You stood by him and pretended it was a Republican witch hunt. You see? Do you get it? So there's a direct correlation. It doesn't matter that Bill's not running. It's worse because Bill was a president. Trump is a candidate for president. So what Bill did was worse. He was actually fucking president when he did it. So there's the hypocrisy here is so obvious and so disgusting and so humiliating. And denying that makes it worse. Hillary brought it up. Fine. She wants to use it against Trump to score points. Fine. But now she gets what she deserves in return. You got to deal with the backlash from your actions as well. The correlation could not be any more direct. Hillary and the Democrats, who were so appalled by Trump's locker room talk, did nothing when Bill, the sitting president, assaulted an intern. They did nothing. In fact, they stood by him and said it's not a big deal. Hey, in France, in Europe, they don't care about these kinds of things. You see, I can't condemn Trump because I was one of these people. I have to come clean. I was one of these people that said it's not really an issue and there are more important things going on and we should talk about different things. And yeah, he did it. And it's kind of gross, but I said in Europe they don't care about these things. You see, so I can't condemn Trump because I didn't condemn Bill. If you condemn Bill, you have every right to condemn Trump. Every right, even though I will still stick with physical assault is worse than some words behind closed doors. But whatever. If you condemned Bill, and you know if you did or you didn't, you can condemn Trump all you want. If you didn't condemn Bill, if you defended Bill, you can't condemn Trump. Do you understand that? You can't. No matter how much you hate him, no matter how much you love Madame Hillary, you can't condemn him if you didn't condemn Bill. Period. So here's Hillary saying, oh, this is a horrible thing. And in the debate tonight, look, this is what this man thinks about women. But what did your husband, the sitting president, think about women? What did you think about women when you defended him? What did you think about women when you silenced those women through power and didn't let them come out, threaten them to protect your husband, threaten all the other women that he assaulted, stood behind him and wielded your power to make those women shut the fuck up? What's that? Let's call out hypocrisy. Because Hillary Clinton's a disgusting person. Trump is a disgusting person. They're both disgusting people and they deserve each other. They deserve each other. And we saw that in this debate. They deserve each other. I gotta admit, the first half hour was kind of entertaining for me because I think Trump did score a lot of points with people who are voting for him and with people who hate Hillary. I'm not voting for the guy, I'm voting for Jill Stein, but in that first half hour he said a lot of things that the mainstream media has covered up and doesn't want to say. You know, the WikiLeaks, the emails, this whole thing about Hillary's hypocrisy with sexual assault and men. He said it all. And so we think, come on, you kind of like that. If you don't like Hillary, you kind of like that first half hour. Because Trump really let her have it. He let her have it. He let her have her hypocrisy. Now, once again, he's at fault for a lot of things. But he pointed out her hypocrisy in that first half hour. On a lot of things. And he was on the offensive, which he had to be. I mean, when you're in a situation where you have to come out and be on the offensive, he did it in that first half hour, and he had her back on her heels. But he just said a lot of things that people who hate Hillary wanted to hear because the mainstream media, the press, doesn't talk about it. They don't talk about the WikiLeaks. They don't talk about the Goldman Sachs speeches. They don't talk about the emails. They don't talk about her defending Bill and silencing the women from coming out. They don't talk about that stuff. So this is all direct correlation. Do you want a president that talks like that? No. But do you want a president who defends people who do those kinds of things and silences women from coming out? No, you don't want that either. So you don't want either of them to be president. But to say that there's no correlation here with the sexual degradation of women and Bill's acts and Hillary's defense of those acts, of course there's a direct correlation. 100% direct correlation, not even 99%, 100%. Oh my God. Oh, it's so obvious and blind. This is the cognitive dissonance with the Hillary drone. If the tables were turned, they would be saying these things. They'd be saying, oh, of course there's direct correlation. If it was anybody, insert anyone's name but Hillary Clinton. Any one of 350 million citizens of this country, they would say, yes, of course, it's total hypocrisy. But with her, they can't. It's some kind of a sickness. I don't even know what it is. When this is all over, I'm going to write a book about it. When I can talk to psychiatrists and psychologists and say, what was it? What was it with the Hillary voter? What was that cognitive dissonance? What was that all about? She's not even worth the effort. I'm going crazy here. Choose someone else to defend on every fucking issue but her. Why her? Oh, we can get into so much more about tonight. We can get into so much, but I just wanted to focus on this, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of, Bill's not running, Bill's not running, Bill's not running. Please, childish. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Bill's not running. The issue is running. She brought it up. Not to mention her love of war with Syria and Russia. What did we see tonight in this debate? We saw two grotesque people. You know, personality-wise, Trump is kind of grotesque there, isn't he? Kind of skeevy. You know, policy-wise, Hillary's dangerous. Dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. And her arrogance in this issue of not seeing the connection between what Bill did and what she did and what Trump did, it shows us something's not right with her. And something's not right with the whole Democratic Party, not seeing their hypocrisy here. The Republican Party's being kind of consistent. They condemn Bill and they're condemning Trump. Democratic Party condemning Trump, defend Bill, and defend Hillary's defense of him, and defend Hillary's power wielding to keep those women all, quiet in the closet. Yeah, right now, on this issue especially, the Republicans are the party of morality. But their candidate sucks. Make America think again. Just think. Think about things. Think about things. Think about everything. Look, the nooks and crannies of every issue. Think about what you would think if the shoe were on the other foot. You got to think about a lot of different things other than just the surface of an issue. Jill Stein. And let's talk about real issues in a debate. Let's talk about real issues. Let's talk about things that people worry about every day. I don't worry about what Trump says about women every day. And now I'm being consistent, because back then I said, Bill, there are other things that we worry about that, that we should be talking about other than Bill's sexual proclivities. And maybe we should talk about other things than what Trump said privately 11 years ago. How about global warming? How about constant war? How about no clean water here? How about the homeless? How about student debt? That's what Jill Stein was talking about tonight, but the two candidates weren't, and the moderators certainly weren't. Anyway, I've gone too long. You know my point of the video. Hypocrisy. I'll always point it out. And if you don't like it, too bad. Mike Caccioppoli, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Jill2016.com. Let's bring some sanity into this thing, or we're really screwed. Thanks for watching.